Enev. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be in Enev games. NEV is the studio name. The dev was kind enough to reach out after we played the demo and was like, "Hey, be happy to send you a key." So I appreciate it. Thank you very much, Osmond. This is very loud. Oh my gosh, might need to turn this down a bit. Warning: before you fall into the dread of madness, the shadowed path beneath your steps has led you here. But before you take another step, make sure your mind is ready. It is too loud. I'm sorry. Beyond. I didn't want to click! God damn it. Alright, well. Hi, me. Hi, editing me. The demo for this game was very cool. I really liked the almost... It's painterly, but it feels like it was done with, like, charcoals or chalk kind of art style. Let's new game it. I see her in my dreams, her and that house on the edge of a cliff. Everything changed after reading that letter, the one bearing her name, my old love, Lilith. 5 years ago on a dark night, they took her from that house, executed her for black alchemy. I was the one who turned her in. But now, she's calling me back to that house. Wants to bury her breath in my sins. But how? That's what I have to find out. Act 1. Welcome home, my love. Far past the Hook Haven, which is woven by the grounded ships of Livber, there's a whirlwind roaring in the east. You don't see it, you don't hear it, yet you know the power it holds, enough to alter all of Gaia. The womb for gales to blow out of. A womb for gales to blow out of. But you come here. You wait standing in the heart of twilight, silently, eyes shut. So here we go. You can, like... mouse over the different words, and it'll like clue you in as to what they are. A windswept world of 15 island nations, home to unique races and cultures. 5 years later, once again, you stand at the door to this house, a letter clutched in your hand. I feel like I'm gonna be constantly cutting off the edge of this text, but we'll just kind of have to roll with it, I suppose. I don't want to cut off any of the art by like inching it over. What am I waiting for? Read the letter. Did I even have any other choice? What does the letter say? The raindrops fall on the paper, landing with soft patters. You grip the letter tightly with both hands, keeping it from being blown away by the wind. The silvery moonlight trapped between the clouds shimmers across the ink spilled from a woman's hand. You read the lines again and again and again. Let me read it over here, because it'll be easier. My love, if you're reading these lines, it means there's still something inside your heart that belongs to me. As I've always told you, death is far too ordinary a thing to keep us apart. I will give birth to our creation and our home. Beneath the place we once shared, you must be with me, inside me, because our creation cannot be left undone. Turn back, pass through the dark, complete us. We were always meant to be one, and we still can be, my love, as long as you have the courage. As long as you do not fear, I am waiting for you in the never all. This is interesting how this is here, so you can like open it back up on the side. I like that. I like the little touch. Lilith. Could it really be true, or I need to put an end to this nonsense? She's dead. Let's go with, is she truly alive? You want it to be true, don't you? You want to hear that Lilith, the woman you left for dead 5 years ago, still lives? You long to feel her love again. Yet there's a question that won't let go of your mind. If she truly lives, how much of her is still her? I don't know it. I don't know it. The question unanswered keeps growing in your mind. Your gaze drifts into the distance as if the answers might lie out there. But for a moment the clouds part and the moon's silver light spills across the sea. Each and every shimmer scatters into 1,000 fragments. But you remain still, all of your limbs stiff with waiting, standing before the door of the house perched on the cliff, beaten by the waves. I'm wondering, maybe I could do something like... Hang on. Ooh. Maybe I can just kind of like, just bring myself down here. So I'm blocking, if I'm blocking anything, I'm only blocking like the little bottom bit. Yeah, there we go. Also, I just realized, hang on 2 seconds, guys. Our fishing didn't open properly. Ba, ba, ba. I thought it was open properly, but I guess it didn't actually connect. So let me take care of that real fast. Here we go. Okay. Let's see. Why here? Why would Lilith call me here? It was meant to be. I had to come here. I don't like either of these, but we'll say it was meant to be. Yes, you believe that. Don't feel bad. Most people in your place would. Standing in the rain, holding a letter from a lover you thought dead for 5 years. Few would think differently. I can still leave. It's not too late for anything. Will I never be able to escape my memories? I could still go. I could leave. Go back? Go back to where? Why do you think you've come all this way? Why do you think you've returned to this wet, moss-covered, god-forsaken place, reeking of rot and filth? To turn back? After you've been trying to reach it ever since you read that letter? I'm gonna put the letter in my pocket. You carefully fold the soaked paper so it won't tear under the rain. As you tuck it into your coat's inner pocket, a strange sense of relief washes over you. The letter is where it belongs. But you must keep moving. You shouldn't stand in the rain any longer. Let's give a knock. Baby! Just as your hand reaches the door, you hear Yell's voice from beyond the threshold. The winged Baktarkuti. Born from a third clash between light and dark. A domesticated bacterium believed to hail from the Sky Nation due to its non-functional wings. Who never truly leaves you. Flying cat creature. Yeah, the fishies. Her white fur glows as if soaked in light, not rain. She spreads her wings and leaps swiftly towards you. Landing at your feet, she shakes the droplets from her coat. Then she sits back on her hind legs, head tilted, amber eyes watching you with curiosity. Meow meow. I'm a petum. Yeah. I got an achievement called CEO approved. Pet the Yell. Do it. Yell gently brushes her head against your feet. Then she stops before the door. She looks up at it. With a soft stroke, she traces the door frame with her paw. Then she turns her amber eyes to you. I hope you'll still be there when I come back. Meow meow. The wind falls silent for a moment. You hear the waves of the sea easing in the distance. Far, far away, the flash of a lightning strike blinds you, but its thunder never reaches your ears. The raindrops hang weightless in midair. Yell glances at you one last time and spreads her wings, then leaps into the shadows between the rocks. Your fate embraces you. Open the door. The door creaks open, but even you don't know what it is you hope to see, do you? Your guilt has chased you all the way here, and at last your sins have caught you. I'm ready to face my past. No, you wish you were. As you crack the door open, the air brushing against your face is stale and musty. The sweetness of Tolith flowers mixes with the scent of something burned. It pulls you back to that festival day and to the moment you first met Lilith, and then you see her. Standing beneath the dim light like she's been torn from the heart of this house, you lose your breath. A chill crawls up your spine and you freeze. It takes you a moment to realize your knees are trembling. Whether from fear or excitement, you can't tell. And a whisper slips from your lips. What are talleth flowers? White-colored plant resembling forget-me-nots. Lilith. She doesn't see you. Bent slightly over the table, trying to light a candle just as you remember her. Lilith. The ghost of your past, your greatest lie and sin. Is this really Lilith? You stare, stunned, as the woman who stands before you. At the woman who stands before you. She should be dead. Her hair no longer shines like it did that festival night. Reddish-brown strands fall over her shoulder like wet strings. Her skin is sallow, a ghost-like paleness. And her eyes, the moment she turns her head and you meet them, another hollow question slips from your lips. How? You remember. The festival night, a warm breeze carries the city's aroma far away. You two slip away from the crowded streets. The early black's crimson glow wraps Lilith's hair like a fiery halo. The noise of celebration fades behind you. Right there, you hand Lilith a bouquet of white talleth flowers. She looks deep into your eyes. She smiles. Tossing her hair back, she asks the same question. White talleth flowers. How did you find these? Nothing I couldn't find for you or overflowed from my love for you. Nothing I wouldn't find for you, babe. A beautiful lie, told so well, even you believed it yourself. My love. She looks at you as if about to say something. A pained smile touches her lips. The silence hangs between you. You've finally come. You're alive. How can this be? I assumed that you had read the letter, my love. Death is far too ordinary a thing to separate us. When you left me that night, I left the boundaries of my body. Isn't that what we always sought in the end? I wasn't the one leaving you, Lilith. You wanted this. Aisha. This isn't the time for accusations, my love. After all these years, to finally see you. Come, sit. As the candle flame flickers, you think you see a brief shadow of hatred flash across Lilith's face. As if, beneath her skin, another face is waiting. We'll have a seat. It's fine. The wooden dining table stands between the two chairs, layered with years of dust and the remnants of long-forgotten meals. A candle flickers at its center. Its flame shivers with every touch of wind seeping through the walls. It waits, longing to burn out and unleash what's been waiting in the dark. I'm not going to talk about the house, even though that's probably what I would... Hey, this place actually doesn't look so bad. I thought I'd lost you forever. Did you truly believe that? That I could leave you behind those sketches across dozens of pages, faded, worn, no longer bearing any trace of what they once were, and to flee to the never-all, my love? No, we'll do this together, just as I told you. Come, let's eat. I think you'll enjoy it. The never-all is an infinite cosmic void that existed before the birth of the universe, from which the forces of light and dark emerged. Alright. Yes, that's exactly what she had said the night before you left her to die. We lean back. I really put in work to make tonight perfect. I wanted certain things to be flawless for our reunion. After you've let me to rot, it's been... She pauses for a moment, looks out the window where the moonlight falls. You thought I should have died. I know you did. After I made you that offer. After I told you that we had to become one. Our souls, my love. We had to piece our souls together and bind them with that alchemy ritual. Maybe I should have said yes, or you expected me to pay the price? You expected me to pay the price, man. I don't know that she's mad, but I That doesn't sound like a good deal to me. Her hand holding the fork freezes in midair for a second. As the silence stretches, Lilith's breathing deepens. My madness? I offered you love, only love. A love so deep that even death couldn't end it. But you were afraid. Afraid to be with me beyond Neverall. You betrayed me. Did you think I wouldn't know? When I told you about the black alchemy ritual, when I spoke of piecing our souls together to crown our love. You saw my blood, heard my screams. You saw me vanish into the dark of the waters. I shall remain silent. She turns her face towards you, and it darkens with hatred, with rage, with something darker, and with something even I cannot name. Her skin ripples as if 100 tiny things move beneath it. Ugh. You can't tell if it's real or if it's just the candle's flickering light playing tricks on you. Then, just as quickly as it came, the moment passes. Lilith slowly leans back. Love means something different to you. You don't love me, you want to own me. It breaks my heart that you'd believe it could be that simple, my love. You don't understand. I never wanted to own you. Never did I. The wooden walls of the house groan under the assault of the rain, driven harder by the wind. The sea crashes against the cliffs, then pulls back into itself with a hiss of white foam. Darkness spreads ever outward beyond the horizon. For a fleeting moment, you wish you were out of there, on the deck of a ship bound for somewhere you cannot see. Too little, too late. Your madness will break both of us, Lilith. It already has, my love. Just as those paintings you love so much. It's not my madness. No. It's your cowardice. Nothing more than a diseased reflection of faded memories in your mind. Like this place, like me, like you. Go on, eat. Porf meat. I cooked it just the way you like. It wasn't easy, but it melts slowly on the tongue. When the fat coats the roof of your mouth and slips beneath your tongue, you'll taste the herbs. Porfs are a sacred animal in Cardia, known to live in herds. They have long manes and specialized pincers for communication. Strongly driven by a sense of belonging, they bond only with certain homonyms. When threatened, they can secrete a toxic chemical. Porf meat, Lilith, you've totally lost it.
You look like a three-eyed horse.
After the festival where we first met, and that first night where you told me you loved me, we saw a Porf, remember? It was magnificent. Its mane was long and beautiful. You remember, don't you, my love? Afterwards, we went to get something to eat. I couldn't stop thinking about it. You were mesmerized by that creature. You kept going on about how beautiful it was, how bright its mane shone, how proud it stood. Did you really think I could tolerate that, my love? The first night we met, we didn't eat anything. I think I remember maybe not what we ate, but feeling happy. Perhaps that's why everything afterward hurt so much. But that's exactly why you're here, isn't it? You remember that happiness. Our feelings don't lie, my love. Yes, you're afraid. Anyone facing such a truth would be. But now, there's a new path for the two of us. Does this mean you've forgotten everything we've been through? No, my love. How could I ever forget? Slowly, she reaches towards your hand from the other end of the table. An unsettling smile spreads across her face. That first moment I felt you, your eyes sparkling as you looked at me. That thrill when you said we completed each other. I can't forget what we've lived through. I can't forgive it either. The woman before you lifts her fork. A crimson drop drips from the porf meat onto the porcelain plate. Right then, the skin on her hand stretches taut, tearing open to reveal the festering flesh beneath. A flap of skin like a dead leaf dangles lifelessly, revealing rotting pus-filled tissue underneath. Yet your lover seems unaware. I don't know if I should say anything. I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. You watch as her skin sags further, eventually dropping onto the meat on her plate. Lilith freezes briefly. Noticing the rotten piece of flesh fallen from her hand, she hastily hides it from your view. No, not yet. You gasp for air. Another cold drop of sweat trails down your spine. Your eyes dart around, seeking an escape, but there's nowhere left. All you can do is whisper. What's happening here? Are you sure you're all right? Oh, my love, seeing you worry about me makes me so happy, truly. But it's nothing. Don't fret. She moves her hand under the table. You're actually dead, aren't you? There's no point in asking that now, my love. We should be happy now because we don't have much time left. I'm not gonna eat. I'm gonna stand up. Do you think you can defy fate? From the beginning, we were destined to be one. Neither you nor anyone else can stop this. Never, never, never. I head for the door. Standing up, your head spins. You steady yourself and move toward the door. Behind you, Lilith gasps. Just as your trembling hands reach the door, Lilith blocks your path, eyes wide with madness, mouth agape. She clutches the knife she'd used to cut the meat. You instinctively tense up. Lilith, don't be ridiculous. Get out of my way. You've completely lost your mind. I haven't finished what we have to say, my love. Everything is ready for our souls to unite. We only have to die together. I wish I could have saved you from this pain is actually not a terrible line. Rain pounding against the windows intensifies. Lightning briefly illuminates the paintings, fresh and glistening as if just painted. Your eyes drift towards the pork meat. It suddenly moves on the bloodied plate. I can't let you leave, my love. You haven't finished your meal. Listen, I only came to understand you. Whatever you mentioned in your letter, that's why I'm here. I'm here to talk. You're part of me, in my body, my heart, my soul. Do you understand? You're mine, my love. Mine. I can't lose you again. On her maddened face, there's a terrifying grin mingled with dread. Veins bulge on her forehead. The whites of her widened eyes are bloodshot. Her grip tightens on the knife until her knuckles whiten. She steps towards you. Stop it! Lilith's crazed eyes bulge as if ready to burst from their sockets. Beneath her ragged clothes, her chest heaves violently with each breath. Then suddenly, her skin splits apart like parched earth around an ever-blowing whirlwind on a distant island nation. Her cheeks, mouth, hair, your last shred of rational thought screams at you. It's awakening. That sounds more interesting than just to run. Paralyzed, your trembling body takes a single step back. Your gaze locks onto the rebirth happening before you. Lines emerge down the right side of her face, spreading towards her neck and chest. Then pieces peel away like yellowed leaves. Beneath is not flesh, but damp tissue, like moss, like dreams long forgotten and rotted or emotions left unsaid, which caused decaying in her heart. Ooh, a fragment sentence there. Or emotions left unsaid, which caused decaying in her heart's depths. I have everything you kept hidden. The seed that sprouted in the cracks of your lies. She locks her blood-filled eyes on you, her flayed face exposed. Words pour out of her mouth, unformed. I am us. Your choices are, I gotta go, or this is beautiful. I gotta go. Your mind snaps back as if surfacing from deep water. The moment you register the horror standing before you, you flinch. You trip over one of the books scattered across the floor and fall. Struggling to your knees, you crawl deeper into the house. You remember right then, beneath the house, there's a cellar door which leads outside. The cellar. I must get to the cellar. There's nothing left to separate us, my love. From the darkness of the corridor, Lilith's voice emerges, scarcely taking shape in her throat. It carries the strangeness of an extra-Gaian creature that seems to have only just learned how to speak. You sprint and finally reach the cellar door. I'ma reach it for it. Gripped by a sudden terror, you seize the cellar's cold handle, expecting a hand to clutch your shoulder at any moment as footsteps grow louder down the corridor. But it never comes. As you push the door open, a wave of dampness and the nauseating stench of things that should have long been dead hits you in the face. Stepping through the doorway, you slam it shut. As you bolt the door behind you, an abyssal silence and darkness wrap around you.
Close your eyes and take a deep breath.
Go through the door. I'm gonna take a sip. Odi et intelligo, quare id faciam. Fortasse requiris, nescio sed fieri sentio et beatus sum. I'm gonna look this up. I did this not too long ago, right? I found a Latin translator. Where's my phone? Oh no. I can't find it. Okay, I guess we'll go. Okay, hang on. All right. Let's look this up. Hang on. I want to know. Watch. It's going to like tell me what it means when I click through. Okay. Odi. It's gonna say hate. Okay, hang on. No, we're doing this. There's no music over this anyway, so it's fine. Okay, let me. Odi et intelligo, quare id faciam, fortasse requiris, question mark. Okay, so the first part is I hate and understand why I will do it. Maybe you ask why I hate it but understand while I do it. Nescio sed fieri sentio et beatus sum. I don't know, but I feel like it's happening and I'm happy. Interesting. Okay. Hehe. Act 2 echoes deep within. In the dark, you pause a moment. Your mind strains to grasp what this is. Lilith, food, creation. The dust and creak of the boards mingle with your hurried breath. Beneath your feet, stairs descending. Let's see. So where am I? The basement. Could I find a way out? Lilith's creation. It was herself, wasn't it? Gods, what was the thing that I saw? That sounds interesting. Hi, small meat. A frenzy heavy with hysteria and perhaps the dreadful wrath of one returned from death. The madness of a soul trapped in an endless loop. How can you ever know what the truth is anymore? What I just lived through was real. Few who face such dread believe it was real. Perhaps this time that belief will be what frees you from this basement. Let's examine our surroundings. When the basement door closed, you felt yourself pulled into the void. Now beneath your feet, wooden steps leading down. Could I find a way out? Once on a sunlit morning of the first Circad, you saw Yell descend these very basement stairs. You followed after, finding her scratching at a hollow in the corner. When you drew near, you saw that it was a hatch opening outwards. Old, broken, hinges rusted. When Lilith saw it, she grew fearful. What is Circad? Time cycle marking a 3-year period on Gaia divided into early, mid, and late Circad phases based on labor intensity.
Could I use it?
Could try, and in the end, do you have any other choice? Do I remember what it looked like? Yes, a hatch made of wood, round wedged amongst the stones of the wall, plastered with mud. You hardly noticed it, before or after. I could use it to get out. I don't know what lurks in the basement. I should go back. No, I could use it to get out. The wooden steps groan beneath your tread. Their cries, like the house itself, are bitter shrieks. From unseen depths rise a heavy moan, the stink of mold and damp. One step, another, you go down.
Open the door a little bit.
You re-rise from the dark as the basement stairs sink into an abyssal silence. Your steps find solid ground. Old memories. You remember the rooms beneath this house you once shared with Lilith, but like everything else, this place feels unfamiliar now. Lilith. Her dread is still fresh, sharp, and ripe. Crystals growing between the stones and the wall cast a faint, pale light. It's interesting you're basically having direct communication with the narrator. It's almost like we are mentally narrating our own experience right now. When you lift your head, you see 2 doors standing on the wall ahead. I have to get out of here. There's a cellar hatch outside. There has to be. Look at the doors. I don't recognize this place. Where am I? Well, let's look at the doors. You nudge aside the scattered books, the shredded parchments, the splintered wood with your foot, and approach the doors. On the left stands a rusted iron door worn by the weight of years. An ancient symbol, long since stripped of its meaning, is carved upon it. The other is hewn from heavy, damp timber, creaking softly, as though it were breathing. We were looking for a hatch. Let's examine the room really quick. As your eyes adjust to the crystal's pale glow, you survey the chamber. The stone walls drip with dampness, cloaked in moss. When you listen closely, you hear the crash of waves hammering the cliffside beyond. Knowing a world still waits outside grants you fleeting comfort. On the wall to your right, 2 circles are carved, harsh lines slashed between them, refusing union, drawn with hateful strokes. Before the wall where the crystal is embedded, a rotting wooden table leans into decay. On it rests a broken frame, coated in dust. On the door, a melted candle and a blood-stained, shredded journal. Look at the candle in the journal! Ooh. You step among the scattered parchments and torn books. Reaching for the journal fragment beside the candle, it crumbles in your grasp. You open it carefully. The bloodied script is unmistakable. Lilith's hand, most of it unreadable, but in the final pages you can make sense of some hastily scrawled words. I am shaping her. She will be complete at last. Is there any other way? No. No, no. It will be perfect. We'll be complete together. We'll be complete with him. Let's keep looking at the notebook. Words are not enough. I need something deeper, more physical. Here in the basement of the house we once shared, I've hidden something of his. While he wanders around the house, he suffers his greatest regret in its deepest place. Should I tell him that she is not dead? The journal has been scratched, gouged, bloody, as though Lilith needed to make her devotion visible. No matter how you try, there is little more to glean from the crumbling pages. You let the journal fall. The air grows heavier. Your ears begin to ring. What are you hiding in here? Let's approach the frame. Despite the weight in your skull, you stagger to the table. Lift the broken frame. Beneath the dust is a picture you once drew, but the figure in the portrait has been furiously defaced, ringed with a mad scrawl. Bodies, we must be rid of the bodies, of them, of everything, of all that fails to unite us, even of you, my love, my love, my love. Let's take a closer look. As you lean closer to study the picture, you hear the basement door at the far end of the stairs creak open. Lilith's twisted, ragged breath drifts all the way down to where you stand. I need to get out of here. You push aside the books, scattered parchments, go up to the doors. To the left is an iron door, rusted with the weight of years. Upon its symbol, old and long strips of meaning. Open the metal door, open the wooden door. I mean, I don't like that the wooden door seems like it's breathing. So I'm gonna open the metal door. What was that noise? When you open the iron door, a sour stench of sweat and rot greets you. Fearing Lilith might be following, you slip inside and shut the door quickly behind you. You look around like the room before. Like the room before, this one too is shrouded in the eerie halo of blue light cast by the crystal embedded in the wall. The air quivers with anticipation, and then a voice. Do you remember me? I'm just gonna look towards the source of the voice. When you turn towards the voice, you see a young woman standing motionless in the corner of the room, her skin clinging tightly to bone. If not for her eyes bright and piercing deep into your soul under the pale light, you might have mistaken her for a still silhouette of a statue. But then she tilts her head, just slightly, and in that moment, you see her more clearly. There's something in the woman's eyes, something you once knew, something you once loved. Let us look closely.
Wait a bit. I know you at last. At last. She made me from start to finish. Yes.
What? Who did this? Was it Lilith? I didn't want this. Lilith, when she said our creation, was she talking about you? You wish it were so. You want this madness to end soon, to see Lilith's strange game come to an end, but no. This isn't the creation Lilith spoke of. This is a personal experiment of hers. What she has in store for you is something very different.
Shh, don't say that. If you say her name, she'll come.
The young woman, hearing Lilith's name, presses herself against the wall. She pulls her shoulders tight inward, eyes fixed on the door behind you as she speaks.
I had to be good. I mean, beautiful. I had to be, yes.
What? Oh. When she pulls back, the crystal's light shows her more clearly. A scar begins beneath her neck and runs forward past her ears, reaching up to her hair roots. The skin of her face is pulled taut, as if cut apart and stitched back together along those marks. The fingers she wraps around her arms are thin, long, as if filed down, extended, altered. The woman before you looks like someone who has been worked on endlessly, reshaped piece by piece since childhood. How could she do this? The young woman looks at you from where she had crouched down by the wall. For a moment, the twisted smile on her face reminds you of Lilith.
For you, to create you, and of course to love you.
Are you her? Did Lilith steal your body and soul? Lilith, I loved you for who you were.
But my lady told me if I stay pretty, I'd always be loved. That's what she said. She said.
The young woman hesitates for but a moment. She tries to furrow her brows, but the skin stretched over her face won't let her.
But I gotta be pretty, didn't I? Fit to tea?
Yes, fit to a T. You don't need to be sad anymore. You're not sure if there's anything else you could say. What words are there for someone curled in a corner, experimented on, reshaped and tortured for who knows how long?
Alright. Will I see my mom now? Will I see her here?
Her eyes glaze over as she tilts her head slightly. You can see her body start to tense.
Why am I still so cold inside?
I'll do everything I can to help you see your mother again. Whatever it takes to get you out of here. You can't even get out of here yourself. You don't know the way. So you have no idea how you'll do that. But in the circumstances, the poor soul standing before you like a shell with a shattered mind, this feels like the only thing you should say. Can you blame yourself for that?
Leave? No, I can't. My lady will find me. I can't go. I am here. I'll stay here. I wait for you. You'll come.
She presses herself even tighter against the wall. You can see the terror in her eyes. Listen, you have to escape. Do you understand me? She's using you. Do you know the way out? There has to be a cellar door leading outside. I'm not going to approach this poor child right now. She doesn't trust me yet.
I'm here. I'll stay here. I'll wait for you.
We can escape. Do you understand me?
Stay here.
She no longer hears you. Curled up against the wall, hands over her ears, this hollow shell just rocks back and forth, murmuring that you'll come back, that one day you'll love her. The chains wrapped around her neck are drawn so tight, no force could ever free her from this place. Let's look around the room. See if there's anything that can help us out. Moisture and moss cover the walls. In the left corner of the room lies a bed, its sheets stained with blood, urine, and pus. Ugh. Atop it sits a cloth doll. The floor is decayed, scored, and battered, as though someone had dragged things, slammed them down. Against the wall before you rests a rusted metal table, its surface scattered with shards of broken mirrors. In front of it, a chair has collapsed, its legs bent. Brown stains coat it so thoroughly you can hardly guess what its original color was. Is this doll yours? She's not listening. She's just repeating herself. The doll is in shambles, stained with black blotches, its eyes long since gouged out. One arm dangles loose. Its fabric looks like it's been torn open and stitched back together again and again in different places. The padding that once gave its head shape has been entirely removed. Patches of mismatched cloth are sewn haphazardly across its body. Lying lifeless on the bed, the ragdoll is a reflection, a crude replica of the woman murmuring to herself by the wall. I'm gonna try putting the doll next to her. You'll come back. Her eyes turn to you for a brief moment as her trembling hands take the doll. Her murmuring stops. You can feel she wants to thank you, but it seems she forgot how to say those words a long, long time ago. We'll just smile and nod. Seems like the correct choice. You turn your gaze back to the room. Under the crystal's glow, the metal table shimmers faintly. On the far wall, two doors catch your eye. Like the moss-covered walls around them, they're tinged with an unsettling shade of green. Well, let's look at the table. What's going on with that? As you move closer, you realize the glimmer you saw did not come from the table, but from the mirror shards scattered across it. The shard's rightful place is in the frame hanging on the wall. In the blue light, your gaze turns to the frame, whose edges are carved with meticulous care, almost as if ready to move. Its glass had once been held together, but has burst outward from the center, as though someone inside had tried to break free. On the lower corner of the table lie dried, bloody fingerprints. Whose fingerprints are these? Is there anything in the mirror that catches my attention? It doesn't matter whose fingerprints they are. You step closer to examine the mirror. The shards scattered across the table and floor, stained with blood, reflect dozens of twisted, warped, and deformed versions of yourself. They stare back at you with disgust, as if they're loathing the fact that they bear your face from the mirror's silver side. You feel ashamed of being yourself, of having the space. Fear makes you take a step back. We'll take a broken mirror shard. It's just us, okay? It's just us. You pick up one of the broken shards. Under the pale light, a small shadow passes behind the silvering. Your trembling hands bring the bloodstained mirror shard up to eye level. You see your own reflection. What did you expect? Tired, with dark circles under your eyes, a frightened face, eyes that can't tell what's real or not, and golden blonde hair. But then, in the blink of an eye, Lilith's eyes appear. Wide open in terror, filled with all the anger and hatred, eyes that seem like they could emerge from the other side of the mirror. You drop the shard in fear. It shatters into dozens of pieces on the floor. Lilith's eyes watch you from behind each fragment. I gotta go. You turn towards the doors. One looks old at first, its wood dark and brown, fading to gray in places, cracked and mildewed with time. There's no visible handle, only a notch in the frame. Worn smooth, not by force, but by habit. The other is newer by comparison, but it's not the honest kind of new. More like something rotten, polished up and presented as good as new. Its wood is pale, grainless, unnatural. In its center sits a silver knob. The other is newer by comparison, but it's not the honest... Oh. It repeated itself. Let's go through the old door. You slip your hand into the gap and push. The surface isn't warm, but not exactly cold either. Stagnant. It reminds you of the moment a body begins to cool, the remnants of a life lived, then abandoned. Your fingertips catch lightly on the splinters of the wood. As a child, you used to run your hands over boxes like this while hiding beneath your mother's alchemy table. A life long before your mother's death, and long before you took responsibility for it. Long before. Let's pry it open, I guess. At first glance, it seems like a cold and empty room. On the damp walls, the light seeping through the half-open door glimmers like scattered pearls. The dust, woken from its endless sleep, whirls frantically around you. Then you see them. Paintings and canvases thrown into the corners. Torn, ripped, and shattered. A great hatred has turned every one of them into the wreckage of a massacre. The door opens into a corridor without a door. Well, these are definitely Lilith's paintings, but there's got to be something in here we can use. You turn your gaze away from the paintings onto the floor. The beams supporting the low ceiling have come loose. The wooden shelves that once hung on the wall have fallen to the ground. A few books catch your eye. I didn't know Lilith was such a reader. In this cursed basement, I wonder if anything real remains. Let's check what book she's reading. Is it the same type of one? You reach for one of the bound books on the floor. The book is quite heavy. As you open the cover, faint crackling sounds come from the stitches and end band holding the pages together, as if the book itself were groaning. You slowly turn the pages, but they are all blank until the very last one. Etched into the inside of the cover is a single sentence. When the essence of the soul is migrated, it becomes indisputable that the body is but a simple shell. Let's check the opening. Is there something hidden here? From a narrow crack slips a folded piece of paper, its worn edges showing it's been read again and again. Let's unfold the paper! You carefully unfold it. It's a page torn from a prayer book, filled with notes scrawled across it, scribbles from a deranged mind. Let's read the margins. Let's see if they're from Lilith. Not being able to have him doesn't mean I can't create him. A shell, like myself? Better. Will I love it? Not the shell, but what's inside. Slowly migrate the part of him that loves me into it. Into me. Pristine desire will keep us alive. Let's read the prayer. I avoid my existence. I do not belong to myself. I am a particle beyond the never all, thrashing flesh and trembling essence. I consent to being unentangled and recreated. Beyond the gods, even before the creator light and creator dark. Oh, never all. Unentangle me, carry me, merge me with nothingness, so that neither I remain nor you stand apart. Let us be one, beyond what is not, within the infinite. The creation she spoke of wasn't just one thing, Lilith. Lilith's madness runs deeper. Your whisper fades into the cold, damp stone, sinking deeper into Lilith's madness. You glimpse the reason behind her venomous love, and that's why leaving here becomes all the more vital. Slowly, you move towards the door at the end of the corridor ahead. Blood roars in your ears as you push the slightly open door. This must be the place where the cellar hatch lies. Let's pass through the gap. The door opens without resistance. Inside, it's a little brighter. Metal tables are scattered across the room, each layered with dried blood. On the floor, small pools of urine and pus mingle with the damp stone, releasing an unbearable stench. And in the midst of it all, hang bodies on chains from the ceiling. Rotten, hollowed out, left on hooks to be forgotten. So did they, if any of this happened before Lilith was executed, did they just, not check the house? That's my question. Hello, Keenan. Who dares disturb my century-long slumber? The voice sounds as if it's scraping its way out of a throat that shouldn't still be alive.
Who are you?
I'm over here. Come closer. I don't bite. Well, I'm kidding. Of course I bite. But right now that's not really an option. I'm a bit tied up, you see. The thing before you is a body without its lower half. Another of Lilith's experiments. Its arms are chained to the ceiling, a hook driven through its shoulders. Its head, lolling to its left shoulder, watches you with curiosity.
Doesn't take long to notice that one of the eye sockets is empty. What happened to you?
What happened? It's kind of a long story, I can tell you, though. Come on, pull up a chair, sit.
I'm okay. I'm good to stand, thanks.
I'm just someone who talks, alright? You're asking no right questions, like none. Plus, you're in a rush. Got somewhere important to be or something?
Yes, someone's after me, trying to kill me. I don't have time to stand around and chat. I must get out of here, or how can you talk? Right questions? What even are the right questions? How can you talk?
I guess it's because I'm the one meant to talk, others are.
He gestures weakly towards the other bodies hanging from hooks. The chains clink and rattle with the motion.
Not exactly the chatty type, sadly. So the babbling's left to me, but I owe my life to the steed.
You don't seem surprised to see me. No one ever is.
Surprised? I don't think I could manage that if I wanted to, golden hair. Besides, I see you walking down here every night. Right there, standing on the threshold of the open door. You left pieces of yourself in this place. If you look at that wall, you'll see the marks he made with his nails.
He struggles to raise his brows as if pointing towards the far wall. I'll look at the wall. Against the far wall, a corpse rests with its head slumped against the bloodstained stone. With every faint gust of wind, its source unknown, the body sways ever so slightly. And as it moves, its head slowly scrapes against the wall.
Every time.
I don't understand. What are you?
What am I? First off, rude. And, well, since that question seems to follow who I am, I suppose the simple answer is I'm a dead man hanging from some chains.
Hi, Rex. Alright then, chained up dead man. I need to get out of here. There's gotta be a cellar hatch nearby. Where is it?
If this room's what you seek to pass, then then answer me riddles first. No need for class. No riddles. The cellar is not here, golden boy. It's that way.
As his left hand shifts, the chains clink and rattle against each other.
Mind the doors. They have a reputation for taking where you don't want to go.
What's that supposed to mean?
So we're doing this again. Fine. If you're trying to escape, aren't you? From the reality, I mean. But I've got some bad news for you. You already know where the hatch to the outside is, golden boy. You've known all along. You just don't want to go up there. You just want to go there.
I keep misspeaking tonight. I apologize. Just like very minorly, but my brain.
Because this isn't the place you ran from. It's the place you ran to. The place you'd rather stay.
Stay? I wasn't chained up and hung on hooks like you, corpse. Amy seems chill about this scenario. He's pretty relaxed.
What corpse you say, pretty bold words for someone who burned down his whole soul 5 years ago, golden boy?
The chains rattle faintly as he leans his head towards you.
When you think of chains, you picture them like this, don't you? Metal, locks, weight bearing down on you. But then let me tell you something, golden boy. Your chains are worse. Filthy things dressed up in regret. Polished with your selfish little conscience. So polished, in fact, they don't make a sound. But you can't even see them. But they hold you up the same, right? Tight, constant. You're chained too. The only difference is I can see mine. You still believe you're free. And that makes your chains far more disgusting than mine. ...
A silence with a brief lifespan fills the room. Damp seeping from the walls mingles with the rusted iron. For the first time, you clearly sense the cold, choking air around you. A shiver runs up your back. The light of the crystals set into the walls stings your eyes. It's been... how long since I'm like this?
Let's see, I think it was after you believed your mother had died. Before your father blamed you and let his last breath fade into the ocean. Long after you sent Lilith to her death and still trying to live on. Way after that. Come closer, I want to show you something.
This guy's kind of a jokester, so I'm an approach.
Alright, there we go. Hold out your palm a little more, yes? Do not drop it. I really hate this part.
Okay, I'll put my hands out. As you stand directly in front of the corpse, the stench becomes almost unbearable. Inside his empty eye socket, you catch a faint glimmer, something shimmering. Then, the body starts to retch and convulse. He grips his chains tightly as something thick rises up in his throat. At last, a dark reddish fluid oozes from his mouth, and he vomits onto your outstretched hand. A mouthful of thick, warm bile fills your open palm. But within that heavy heat, there's something there.
Damn, give me a second to catch my breath. That's never easy coughing up. The thing's a little stuffed inside me. Here you go, golden boy. Pretty sure this belongs to you.
What's that?
A crystal, unformed, still translucent. Something you once said when you truly believed you loved Lilith. A memory, your greatest joy, and your greatest lie. That feeling clung to Lilith. She took it, turned it into a ritual, shaped it, made it something else.
And which memory is this?
Yeah, the gag.
You watch the corpse's breath as the corpse's breath slows. The single eye, sunken into its skull, begins to dim, fading softly. A faint, genuine smile forms across its face. It can no longer speak. Look at the crystal. As you wipe your hand clean, with what? The round, translucent crystal is revealed. Veins pulse across its surface with a blue energy, throbbing like living tissue. Inside the orb, a vision takes shape. You can feel Lilith's warm body against yours, the softness of her lips pressing into you, her fingers threading through your hair, her breath hot and immediate? Is that what they were going for? Against your neck, your body trembles, you're biting, tearing, devouring each other, consuming until nothing remains between you. And in that moment, you're whole, truly complete. Your bodies dissolve into one another, and you touch the essence at the core of Lilith's being. Then, with your lips pressed to hers, you begin to speak. Both of these are rough. Well, let's just go with "I love you forever." The crystal shatters in your hand, a sharp flash, and then thousands of tiny fragments scatter across the room. The corpse before you slips free of its chains, crashing into the pool of fetid, pus-laced water below. With one last effort, he turns his face towards you. Pus is really playing a infection, playing a role here.
I said the things you couldn't. Now the words are yours, golden boy. Break free from your chains. Unlock them. We'll meet again. Very soon.
The corpse looks at you, that same faint smile still on its face. The silence in the room deepens. Now also carry the things you can no longer say. And close the corpse's eye. The corpse doesn't respond to your touch. In the stillness, it looks almost like it's fallen into a peaceful, restful sleep. Better find a way out of here. As you return to searching the room, you feel something settle over you, a sense of expectation. The lifeless bodies strewn across the chamber are watching you. On the wall to your right, you see two distinct doors, once again. The first door is sealed with rusted chains, but the chains aren't locked together. They merely hang there as if they tried to hold something back and failed. The other door stands slightly ajar. Beyond it, nothing but darkness. No light, no life.
I want to see what's behind the chains.
The chains draped over the door aren't tightly bound together. They simply hang there heavy and loose, as if they once tried with all their strength to seal something shut and failed. From beneath the door, a faint cold breeze flows out, carrying a soft flickering glow. Yeah, I want to open the chain door. You open the door and step inside. Your foot is met with a smooth surface without any texture. Ahem. No stone here, no dust, not even an echo. Silence, a cold whiteness. The room is bright, far too bright. The light, it overwhelms your eyes. There is nothing left that could remain in shadow. Where is the light coming from? That doesn't matter. Your gaze fixes on the white door standing directly before you. Ordinary, with nothing remarkable about it. It simply waits for you to open it and step through. There's something fishy about this place. What is it? Why is the light so blinding? Because, look, we have to get out of here. In the other rooms, there are things waiting for you. Real things, meaningful things. You do want to step out into the real world, don't you? You have a purpose. But here, there is nothing. Nothing at all here. That's why we must go on. Why? Why what? Why is there nothing here? Why is the room empty? Because some rooms are empty. There is nothing in them, nothing left to narrate. No meaning to be found, okay? Let's move on now. Is that why you're anxious? Anxious? No, it's just we weren't meant to be here. There's nothing here to carry the story forward. No plot, no character, no rhythm, no objects. It's completely empty. There's nothing to be told here. And if there's nothing to be told, then you lose all meaning too. Hello, cryptids. Welcome in.
Hi, Meg.
Howdy, howdy. This feels like a DM where the player goes for too long off the planned path.
Thank you for the subby. I appreciate it.
I'll take this moment to sip. Welcome in, guys. What were we up to tonight, Static? Comic pages, let's go. Well, welcome in, everybody. I'm Marley. I'm the incarnation of the curse that lingers over this place, known as the Haunt. Hang out for freaks, misfits, and other weirdos. We play a lot of horror and horror-adjacent games here. We are currently in the middle of the All Souls season, Donothon and Celebration, so most nights I'm playing a lot of Dark Souls and soon Elden Ring. However, tonight, horror and horror-adjacent triple threat. We're on number 2 of 3. We are playing the full version of Livber, Smoke and Mirrors. General content warning. Lots of disturbing things happening and being shown in this game. So just beware. Let's go Dark Souls mentioned. We just entered a very interesting room where we are speaking to the narrator directly. There's been kind of this interesting thing where it really seems like we are interacting with the narrator to a point, but it's very subtle. Or it's more subtle than it is right now, where we're literally like, hey man, hey voice in my head, what's up? So, not sure where this is going, but, the TLDR is we turned our girlfriend in for black alchemy. And we kind of live in a fantasy world of some kind. It's unclear if she actually died when she was executed. She seems to be here. We got a letter. We ran away from her. We're now going through doors in the basement. But yeah, if anyone needs to raid and run, if you need to lurk, as always, time zones are a thing. Do be taking care of yourselves, especially Static. Thank you for bringing your people in, as always. But yeah, let's pick up in this blindingly white nothing room. And if there's nothing to be told, then you lose all meaning too. Listen to me, look, I'm the one that's keeping you alive in this burned out, ruined, piss-stinking house. The one stopping you from curling up like a fetus in your madness, alright? Now do as I say and go to the door. I don't think I will.
Gonna lurk till you pop out, no worries. Thank you, Cathatic.
You're very clever. You think you're very clever, don't you? I'm the master of the story, and if I have to get us out of here, you see the room beginning to shrink. The walls stretch in unnatural ways. The wall before you seems to be closing in on you. You know you have to open the door. Huh. No, I will no longer be the victim of this story. I will decide for myself. I will not open that door. I mean, I feel like we have been making choices. They're like this or that choices, but there are choices. Alright, I'll go through, but not for you. For myself. No, I don't wanna. I wanna see what happens if we don't open the door. You want to simply stay in the whiteness? To stop, to rest, to remain in the silence forever, don't you? This never happened. Perhaps I didn't create this room, but I created this whole illusion for you, and if you no longer wish to take part in it, farewell, leading man. I hope you enjoy the story I narrated for you.
I'm gonna close my eyes.
When I came to against the wall, the pain in my skull was unbearable. Must have been another foul dream again. Sit up and look around. Ugh. Water trickles from the ceiling again. Moonlight. Must be midnight or thereabouts. The house is collapsing. 5 years, dust and decay. I'm hungry. Is there anything to eat? I just look around. The dining table and its toppled chairs remain. On the table, dust-caked plates. Ugh, water drips again from the loft above. Insects scatter across the floor. Are you reaching for food too? Huh? That sound. What was it, Lilith? This is very detailed. It's like we have become the narrator. Go to the kitchen. Go to the basement door. Note. No narrator. Just you. The board cracks beneath my step. Rot everywhere. I drag my feet inward. Where was the sound? From here? Empty hollow? What was here? Ah, yes, the door. Of course, the door where I killed Lilith. Did the sound come from within? What? Is this real? What? Is Lilith real? She was always real. The most real of all things, but her love, no. That was madness. Mad. Ha. That day I knew she would speak again of the grand unification. Lilith, are you in there? Let's go back to the living room. Same board groans again. Beneath the weight of my guilt, the windows lie shattered. Was it I who broke them? Perhaps the doors have fallen. One leg of the dining table buckles, ready to give. In the delirium of her love, I knew I would die. I was afraid. I fled. I knew she would never let me go. What was that sound? Lilith, is it you? Okay, wait. Basement door. Plaster has fallen from the walls, exposing what's beneath. Yes, here they took her after I betrayed her. They seized her arms and dragged her away. First, they cut out her tongue so she could conjure no alchemy again. Lilith, is that you? Let's go open the door. Darkness. The stairs have long since crumbled. She told me herself. This is where they carried her out. They took her. They cut off her limbs so she would never walk again. I'm coming, my love. Are you calling to me? Where are you? Go down. I'm not going back to the living room. A blue light, where it should be, where could it be coming from? This is the basement with one room, damp stones and covered in moss. She had drawn a circle here. She stood at its center. When they took her, they flayed her face so no one would recognize her again. My love? Lilith? The blue light shimmers over your wet clothes, right? The salty water of the sea drips down from where you were thrown. Your hands were severed. Coagulated blood pools black at your feet. The flayed pieces of your face hang, oozing pus. Your lidless eyes stare at me. I'm sorry, or I have to kiss her. I'm sorry. My voice echoes off the stone. Her arms hang limply at her sides. Motionless, there's rage in her eyes. Lilith, my love, she doesn't answer. Not sure she hears me. From the slit in her bare face, shaped like a mouth, black fluid drips out. It spills onto the floor. Lilith, is that you calling me? Where are you? Let's go upstairs. All your memories will slowly melt away like tears in the rain. Ending 2 of 8. Ayo. Very nice. Nice short horror that, like, you could just kind of click through and, like, try to get different endings. No ending credits music. Odd choice, but, you know. CEO, Chief Eating Officer, Yell the Cat. It is, I believe it's Osmond's cat. Yellow is based on Osmond's cat. Without a narrator to lead external events, you're stuck in your memories until it fades. I like that. I like that as a first attempt ending. I like messing with the narrator. I'm glad we got to do that. This is very cool. This is a very cool game. I would like to see more of the endings. I know we might not be able to get to it on stream, but I do want to mess around. And if you want to find more of the endings for yourself, there's the link again. If you'd like to pick it up, I believe it is 10% off for another like day-ish, just over a day as of the time of us streaming this. So if you happen to catch this right after, if you're hi YouTube, sorry, you're probably too late. But I mean, this is an inexpensive indie game to start with. Totally worth the price tag. It's only like $10. You do like the meta of good luck playing a story without the storyteller, dingus. Base, that's usually the route you go. It's very cool. I'm a little I'm a little concerned that there's supposed to be music here because there was music on the menu before. I like how when you move your mouse around oh, I heard something for a second. When you move your mouse around oh, there, that's what was making it. Settings. Ah, okay. That's our. I was like, what's the bug? It's for bugs. It's for bugs. Don't think we encountered, unless this is a bug. I don't think we encountered any bugs. Some typos, but nothing that can't be like cleaned up in a patch later. Nothing that there was only like one fragmented sentence that like just needed to have a comma instead of a period in the middle, or even maybe a semicolon. I'm trying to remember. Like that, but that's like me going like, hey man, translation's hard. You guys did a good job. Big thumbs up. But yeah, this is very cool. Thank you again to Osman for the code. I'm really glad we got to check this out. I'm sorry I couldn't do it on launch day, but yeah, I'm glad we finally got this. We got this out there. I hope y'all enjoyed.